With training camp coming up right around the corner for the Chicago Bears, there are 4 key position battles that we're going to talk about today. That's the left tackle, the wide receiver 3, the cornerback 2. We got all that plus more to talk about on today's Chicago Bears Central. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got C-Dub, Bobby, me, Haize in the building today. The whole squad is in the building. Fellas, how y'all doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. We getting closer and closer to C-Ball. They already know the chat. The chat already know.
I'm feeling good, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. It was raining all damn day yesterday, so it's good to see some sunshine. Kick it on the back.
That's
and
the fact.
That damn McGregor.
It's been raining here literally since like Friday, like 3 p.m. Like maybe we had 3 hours of sunlight over the course of the weekend up until today. But
crazy.
You know, it is what it
that
is.
Damn McGregor too, bro. He finessed everybody out there, dang.
He said he finessed everybody.
Everybody.
That was such a bullshit ass fight, bro. I'm still pissed off about that fight.
Bro, come on, man.
They could have kept that shit. But nonetheless, fellas, we're here to talk about the Chicago Bears. And so, like I said in the intro, training camp's right around the corner. There's a few position battles that I think are going to matter the most for the Chicago Bears. So, fellas, y'all kind of know. I know there may be some other kind of outskirt position battles, but I feel like the center, the cornerback 2, the left tackle, the wide receiver 3, those are kind of the biggest battles that we know come in training camp right now. Which ones are you guys watching out for the most?
Yeah, first off, when I thought about this, and this is a great topic for my boy Drip, I immediately went to the center position, and I wanted to go with that one because I want the young kid to learn on the fly because he's going to be the guy. I think he's going to be the guy for the future, and I just don't like Band-Aids, and I don't like bridge gap players. But I didn't ultimately go with that one. My favorite one is going to be for that opposite cornerback position opposing Jalen Johnson. The storyline is great for me. Tyrique Stevenson. Some people I think I think we're going a little bit too rough on Tyrique Stevenson. Sure, he did the one thing in that Washington Commanders game, but it really was just what every football players do is just pumping up the crowd and trolling the crowd. He probably did it too much, but it ain't worth the fucking narrative that he has right now. And I still think he made one of the most crucialist plays from last season beyond what Caleb did at the end of the season because he was absolutely terrific. And then you got this young guy, Malik Muhammad, second team all SEC, 39-inch vertical, 4.4 speed, finesse versus physicality because that's what Tyrique is. I'm kind of rooting for Tyrique, but I can understand if Malik Muhammad is the guy that they choose in there. But I'm rooting for Tyrique Stevenson because I think a guy that perseveres and just sits back and just plays football when you got all this shit going against you, I'm gonna root for that guy. It's gonna be a good fight for that opposing cornerback position. I'm rooting for Tyrique though.
For sure, I like that pick. I'm going with the left tackle position with this one. I think it's the most important one, or at least one of the most important ones, if you want to rank them. I look at it because you bring on a guy in Jedrick Wills who has 57 starts at left tackle, but the last few seasons has been filled with injuries. Last year didn't play at all. The year prior only played 5 games in 2024, and before he was shut down. And then in 2023, he only played 8 games. So we got an injury-riddled guy who had to take a year off. And now we got to try to fix, you know what I'm saying, this left tackle thing, at least for this season or at least until Ozzy Trapilo gets back. Then we looking at Braxton Jones. There's so many of us that wants to see him going. But he talking about he feeling at his strongest. I guess we got another motivated Bears player on the team. So we'll see with the 44 starts. And then Theo Benedet, we'll see what he does. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had some starts last season. But towards the end of the season, it spoke volumes on in the playoff game. They couldn't lean on him. They said, hey, Joe Tootie, go play left tackle in that left guard. We're going to have McFadden in there. Yeah, Theo did, receive playing time, once he was, pulled as a starter. But it's going to be interesting because I think this is one of the more important battles because the last time we had some problems on the offensive line, Caleb got sacked almost for a league record. And last year with an improved offensive line, we got a great season. So I want to see another great season for the sake of sustained stability in Chicago. So I'm going to pick that one.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite is the wide receiver 3. And not because I think it's going to be like – I think Kalif Raymond's going to win wide receiver 3, but I'm talking about the battle. Like, I think this is going to be over the course of the season, the percentage of snaps for each one of these guys is going to change drastically between Zavion Thomas, Kalif Raymond, and Jahdae Walker. All these guys are going to make a case because they all bring something different. Like Kalif Raymond understands the system, really good route runner. Jahdae Walker, we've already seen, get him in the open field. That motherfucker can make crazy plays. And then Zavion Thomas, like that speed, even more so than just the speed, like he's a solid route runner too, but you get the ball in his hands and God forbid he catches it in the middle, he's going home with it a lot and easily on top of that.
Yeah, dude. That is a great battle right there. And you're right. All of them bring something different to the table. I'm rooting for my man Jahdae Walker, bro, because he's seen so few snaps last season and made so many big plays. Just think about the amount of snaps he took at the end of the season and the amount of big plays that he made. I think this kid, if given the right opportunity and the right amount of times on the field, he can come through for the Chicago Bears. But I understand the type of template he plays. He's a big, rangy wide receiver at what's about 6'3", big boy. He ain't gonna like burn nobody or nothing like that. But he got good hands and he comes through when you really need him, bro.
Absolutely. Jahdae, man, he made some big plays toward the end of the season. But Haize, to your point, this definitely going to be something that's really, really fun to look at because last year, the main battle that we always watching was Luther Burden versus Zacchaeus. And we come to find out the best man won at the end of the day, but it did take some time. So I think that it could be very well true that even if, let's say Raymond has the starting job, we know that the Bears are not afraid to make changes depending on production and how well you're playing and helping the team. So it's going to be interesting all season long for sure.
Let's get into some more detail on these. Let's start with the left tackle position. Braxton Jones right now seems to be the favorite yet again to win the starting left tackle. He won it at the beginning of last season, lost it. Theo Benedet has replaced Braxton Jones at different points last season. Jedrick Wills was brought in as a guy, of course, that when he was healthy, he probably would be the de facto starting left tackle if he was fully healthy and back to what he was at the height, but he hasn't even been healthy yet. This is a former first-round talent. Of course, Ozzy Trapilo is out for the majority of the season, not the whole season, which opens up this battle. When you look at the three guys battling for this position, who do you think is going to come away with it?
Well, I would have to hope and pray that Theo Benedet is the guy that makes that starts for this offensive line. Was when I think of the name of Braxton Jones, I immediately cringe inside. I don't understand why he's still on this team.
I told you yesterday, bro. He the Dominique Robinson on the offensive side. You just can't get rid of him yet.
He is a sight for sore eyes.
Hey, just be happy that we didn't sign Nikola Vucevic to be the backup center. That's what you need to be happy
now
about.
Now they playing dirty right now. Now they playing really dirty. Bro, like, let's go with Theo Benedet. I think he was okay when he got in the game last season. He was Caleb Wilson in the most important position on the offensive line, the blind side of the quarterback too. He was really solid when he was in there. I do not want to go to Braxton Jones. Matter of fact, I'll just put it like this: anybody but Braxton. Go ahead.
You petty. I'm gonna pick Braxton Jones to win this, and I'm not being petty. I swear I'm not. I just think that he gonna win the battle, bro. I think that he gonna come in and win the battle. That's just me. I think he's gonna come in. He understands what he needs to do. It's not going to be perfect. He's still going to be getting pushed back versus the bull rush, but I think they're going to have a little bit of trust out of him because of his athletic ability in the run game. I think it's gonna be what I think that's what is what I think that's is what I can't talk. Let's go separate them. Y'all get the point. Dang it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that, and I think C Dub's kind of fall into that trap some people have with Tyrique Stevenson. Like Braxton isn't terrible. Like he's just flawed, and he hasn't fixed his flaws at all since he's come into the NFL. But there are a lot of things he does do well. Also, it's just that, like, if you're looking for an all-star caliber left tackle, you're just not going to find one in Braxton Jones. He's going to be a guy who comes in here, you know his strengths, you know his weaknesses. I do think that we saw at points last year that the offensive line, the rest of it is strong enough to kind of overcome some of his weaknesses sometimes. That bull rush is always going to be a problem. But unless Jedrick Wills gets fully healthy, I think it's Braxton Jones' position to lose, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Now, I have to ask you guys a question, a serious question. And I'm going to judge you on the way you answer and how quick you answer. Is Braxton Jones a competent left tackle?
Competent, yes. I can easily say competent left
competent.
Tackle. If the bar is competent, easily he's a competent left tackle.
Competent. Now
why
you
are
ain't
y'all
say
smirking?
great.
Why are y'all smirking?
Because I mean that wasn't a hard question to answer. I thought you were gonna ask something tough.
He's very well competent, bro. He's very well competent. Okay. Great, no, but competent, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
I ain't gonna fight anymore. We'll see.
We will see what's gonna happen. As long as he's healthy, I think he's gonna be there. And not to say that Theo Benedet isn't gonna make a case too, but I think what we saw from Theo Benedet is he was just very, very inconsistent. There were some games where Theo Benedet looked amazing, and there's some games where Theo Benedet was like, are you nearsighted, my nigga? Like, how did you miss that? So, it is what it is there. All right, let's move on. Let's stay with the offensive line. Garrett Bradbury versus Logan Jones is one C-Dub brought up early. Here's the thing that I feel like, and I know Dub said that you hate bridge players at positions, but I think for how complicated that we've heard Ben Johnson's offense can be, you may want that. Even if Logan Jones seems like he's ready to start, I think that just because this Bears team is a playoff team from like we have playoff hopes, right? So we may not have time to slow down and bet on the inconsistencies of a rookie. Give him a year learning behind Dan Rouchar, a year playing behind Garrett Bradbury, and then that way you make sure next season he's ready to be your day in and day out starter. For that, I think Garrett Bradbury is going to come out with this one on top.
Well, that's very good logic, Drip. And I can't really argue against that. I think that's the only fight back that I can have is just I just don't like bridge gap players, the guys that you really don't have a plan. He doesn't fit a plan of your future, and you got a guy just sitting there, a spanking new toy that you're going to just hold back because you feel he's not ready. Well, we're waiting to see you at the training camp. We might get something different in the training camp. He might come out and surprise and might actually beat this guy out. I'll just sit back and wait and see. I'm going to stay with my opinion and stay. I don't like bridge gap players, but if he happens to be the guy, he just happens to be the guy. That's it.
For sure. I think that with the great point by Haize was talking about the complexity of the system, because you not only is Caleb going to be having to call protections, that center needs to be ready to call protections and slide the line too. Like there are times, and I'm not saying that Bradbury is Jason Kelce with the Philadelphia Eagles, but when you had a young, growing offensive line with a young offense that has some complexities in Philly, Jason Kelce was like, no, I'm shifting the line this way on certain plays, telling them like it's coming from this way because he had that knowledge. So while it looks like Logan Jones can move a cow today, I'd rather, have that approach of let him learn the offense, let him become familiar with it, have Bradbury step in and do what he needs to do. And it's not a bad thing to have Logan Jones learn behind a guy like Bradbury.
Oh, can I bargain with you guys? Can I be happy with Bradbury to like week 8 and just assume that he could be overtaken by Logan Jones?
I think that's a possibility.
There's definitely a possibility, but I'll say this. If we're rocking and rolling in the top 5 offense, I don't think we're changing the center position.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I definitely give it a chance. But I think if we are looking like the offense that we can, I just don't think that they make a shift like that in the middle of the season, unless Garrett Bradbury all of a sudden looks like trash. If he's playing consistent and the offensive line is performing, our run game's looking good, and we're protecting Caleb, I just don't know if they'll make a change while they're trying to we're trying to be a Super Bowl team this year. I don't know if they make a change. Like last year, maybe See, like a season before that for sure, but like where we are now in the expectations, I just don't know if they make a change at that important of a position in the middle of the season.
That'd be funny. But I agree with you guys on that for sure. Makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's move on. Cornerback 2 position, Tyrique Stevenson, Malik Muhammad. Of course, Kyler Gordon's health could force this to not even be a conversation. Maybe you got to start both of them, even though I don't think Malik Muhammad's the most natural nickel. I think that's why we have Cam Lewis. I think Cam Lewis will be able to fill in a lot with what Dennis Allen likes to do with the nickel. But I do want to mention there is a possibility of that if Kyler's not healthy, that maybe it's Muhammad, Tyrique, and Jalen starting. But for this conversation, let's focus on the CB2. Tyrique Stevenson has had some really good flashes. I hate that people try to talk about Tyrique like he's been terrible his whole career. No, he's been good, but he does have some times and some inconsistencies. Last year, he was forced to be the cornerback 1. We all know that's not his game. He's not the cornerback 1. He's going to get back to go to his more natural position of CB2, but you got Malik Muhammad, who was a shutdown receiver in college. There's some hope he's going to be able to be that in the NFL too, and he could push Tyrique Stevenson for this position. It's a contract year for Tyrique. If he's not going to get an extension, that could also color this conversation, how it goes. How are you guys feeling about this battle?
Nephew?
I think, honestly, I am one of those ones that was holding a lot over Tyrique Stevenson here because he was being a knucklehead. But I cannot deny the talent. He's very, very talented. In that Dallas game last season, he definitely made an outstanding play that flipped the game and probably flipped the season and helped the Chicago Bears get ready to go. I'm gonna predict that he wins the matchup, me personally, and I'm gonna go back to what Dennis Allen said last year. He was talking about, a lot of people was asking about what about Tyrique Stevenson, and Dennis Allen elected to Nashawn Wright simply because he was the one getting the turnovers. So it says to me that if Nashawn Wright wasn't getting all these turnovers, Tyrique Stevenson had a chance. So I'm gonna pick him to go ahead and win out this battle.
Yeah, I look at it as which one do you prefer? Physicality or finesse game? I look at Malik Muhammad's game as a more finesse game. He even has a little trouble when it comes to tackling.
You think Malik Muhammad's less physical than Tyrique Stevenson?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Tyrique Bobby, how do you feel about that? I think
Tyrique Stevenson's all physicality.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge.
I mean, NFL physicality, Tyrique, but if you're judging both of them off college, Malik Muhammad is a considerably more physical player than Tyrique Stevenson.
And that's the thing, because you want to see a little bit more out of Stevenson for sure, because down there in Miami, we seen a lot of it. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's probably out of sight, out of mind type of thing, because we barely saw him last year. If I got to put it on wax, yeah, I might go Malik Muhammad on this one. Just slightly, though, with the physicality. But I think it's an out of sight, out of mind thing, because we haven't seen much of Tyrique Stevenson last year after I forgot what week it was. So.
And I add in all those physical gifts that Malik Muhammad has, with the 4.4 speed and almost a 40-inch vertical leap. That's why I put in that finesse type of game. When you watch his tape, he likes to attack the ball a lot instead of like attacking the receiver. Tyrique, he like to beat up the receiver if he can get his hands on him. That's him. He's a bully type cornerback to me, Tyrique Stevenson. But I'm rooting for Tyrique, bro. This is my guy. I think he's been through a lot unfairly, and I'm hoping that he come through this season. I'm really hoping that he come through.
Yeah, I mean Tyrique, and I didn't mean that to say like Tyrique isn't physical. Like Tyrique isn't physical. It wasn't a conversation that Tyrique isn't physical at all. But I just like. You guys know, we've been doing the show 5 years together at this point. Like, people who are drafted by the Bears, I'm always going to want to see them do great. I'm always going to want to see them do great, right? Like,
until you give us a reason not to believe.
Yeah, like, I want to see, because I think that Tyrique Stevenson has the potential to be a great cornerback. I really do. Not just I think a great cornerback. I think some of those things that you hoped he would learn in these 4 years, like, just as far as like kind of that veteran stuff he hasn't learned, like the little things, and maybe that comes out this year, like whatever. It's a contract. You're still a very young player, but like I hope that no knock on Malik Muhammad. Like I would love to be able to say that we have a cornerback room where Malik Muhammad, Tyrique Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, fucking Terrell Smith, all these because that in Dennis Allen's system and how he likes to use the backs, there's a world where we may see some packages with all of the motherfuckers on the field at the same time. So I want them all to succeed. It's just I know how football works. When you start bringing in somebody at that can challenge you for your position and you're in a contract year, at that point it starts becoming an uphill battle. And I just hope that he shuts all that down. That's what I hope.
For sure. And I would plead, let's see how Terrell Smith come back off this injury too. I want the best players on the field, man.
And I do love too that they benched him last year, and then they even came out and said, you know what, maybe that was a little bit too early of it. Maybe that was a little bit too much of a knee jerk.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't agree with that when that happened too. Like, damn, y'all benching my man already. I mean, for what? What?
I mean, we had nothing. Like he was never supposed to be the CB1. He stepped in and did his best at that job. Like, when you're able to just target anyone, especially and then not even just that, he was the last man standing of the projected starting quarterback room. Everybody else was gone.
We had to turn to Nick McLeod. Come on,
CJ Gardner-Johnson wasn't on the roster. Nobody expecting Deshaun Wright to do anything.
There it is, right there, Drip. There it is. Deshaun Wright that wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah,
he started getting turnovers and interceptions. It's like, fuck it, leave his ass in there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I know we already talked about it, but just kind of rounded out wide receiver 3 position. I do think Kalif Raymond's going to win it, be named the wide receiver 3, but all these guys are going to have a huge opportunity here. And I love Zavion Thomas and his playmaking, but I think Zavion is going to have opportunities in both the return game, the run game, the pass game. I'm not going to lie. I want to see Jahdae Walker by the end of the season look like him. Yeah, that's what I like. It's something about the kid I just like, bro. I just like Jahdae Walker, bro.
Yeah, he personal. He live stream what he do. He love God. I like Jahdae Walker, bro. But this is the question I want to ask y'all about Zavion Thomas. Can we eliminate him out this competition? Because I see him more as he's going to get on the field. He's a gadget guy. He's going to take handoffs. He's going to do end arounds. He's also going to run routes. And like you said, he's going to do some kick returning. Could we just eliminate him and just say Raymond and Jahdae?
I don't want to eliminate him though.
I don't think you can eliminate him, bro. You gotta remember,
they said that he was
the one that stood out. Ben Johnson has talked about this kid, bro, like he sees a star in Zavion Thomas, bro.
But it's not a negative when I'm saying eliminate him. I'm saying he's going to be on the field anyway. He's going to be on the field taking handoffs, doing end arounds, doing gadget plays for Ben Johnson.
You think we're boxing him in by trying to make it just the wide receiver?
Wide receive, yes, absolutely.
But that's fair. Absolutely. I see where you're coming from.
I think we should eliminate. I think it's between Raymond and Jahdae, and I think Raymond will get it, of course, because he's a seasoned vet. But I hope that Jahdae can win this fight. It's a far-fetched, but I hope that he can win this, bro.
Agreed. I think it's gonna be interesting and a lot of fun, man. That's the good thing about having the offensive minded coach, because he gonna always keep you guessing, and he's the play caller, so you never know what to expect. And I think he learned a lot from that Rams defeat in the playoffs, bro. Number one, you got to take the points in the playoffs. Points are a premium in the playoffs. There's no next week in the playoffs, so you got to go ahead and take the points. And then another thing, he learned from Sean McVay with that 12 and 13 man personnel. Ben Johnson was always doing it, but now you go and get a Sam Roush to add on to this, and then now you add more explosiveness with Raymond and Thomas. Yeah, he looking to cook up some more mad scientist potion for sure. I can't wait.
It's a fact. Super Chat here says, in my opinion, I believe Malik could possibly be a replacement for JJ because Caleb has to get paid. I don't know what y'all think. I don't think that you would want to put a first-year player and try to get them to replace one of the best cornerbacks in the game of football when they're healthy. And I don't think even with Caleb's extension, I don't think you want to potentially weaken your defense that much. But I think they're preparing for Caleb's extension with Jalen Johnson still be on the roster personally.
Absolutely. And I think that Jalen Johnson got a important year coming up. It wasn't a Pro Bowl performance in the little amount of the time that he played last season.
Last year it wasn't a pro nothing performance. That nigga it barely registered, bro. I love Jalen Johnson, but let's be clear, it pained me to see him. Shout out to him for wanting to be on the field with his team for the playoffs. I want to be clear, I commend that because I can only imagine having a soft tissue injury in your groin and trying to play football, bro. I can only imagine that. If my girl tried to ride me and I had a groin injury, stay the fuck away from me. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You think I'm finna be out there trying to tackle 200-pound men? No, fuck that, bro.
Hey, what the hell you was on the African squat twat?
Bro, but Jalen was not. He wasn't even 20% of Jalen Johnson last year, bro. It pained me to see that man play last year, bro. I'm not gonna knock you, man.
He wanted to be a part of that winning because he knew Matt Eberflus. Hey, shout out to JJ for calling out Matt Eberflus, getting his ass up out of here. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, shout out JJ.
Hey,
for that.
bro, that boy between JJ and DJ Moore, them was the two happiest motherfuckers when that dude got fired, bro.
For real, crazy work.
Oh man, JJ looked like he was about ready to be like, if they didn't fire him, that nigga was gonna start leaking shit to ESPN.
On the real,
I'm telling you,
he's gambling. On the real.
I'm telling you,
he was gonna tell the people that Flus was putting in slips.
Flus was the one that stole the lawnmowers. Everyone
stole the lawnmowers. It was Flus.
We on the real. What?
They never found them lawnmowers either, bro.
How y'all couldn't find the lawnmowers, bro?
That's crazy work, bro. Don't blame us. That's Bourbonnais too far. This ain't going all the way to Bourbonnais.
Oh, man.
Ain't doing it.
That's crazy.
I don't even know what the fuck we was talking about now. That took a twist. Oh, man. Are there any positions y'all think we're missing on, man? I think I got most of them, but are there any that you think we're missing on?
We didn't talk. We didn't bring up in our second segment about the defensive end position opposing Sweat. I think that's going to be a collaborative effort. I think nobody's going to go ahead of that. When you look at Dio and Booker, I don't see that as a competition. Do y'all see that as a competition?
I'm interested to see what the plan is. To be honest with you,
yeah, I mean. They've already said a little bit about moving Dio more to the inside, which makes me think that he's not going to start at the opposite side anymore. That's just my personal takeaway from it. Once you start talking about, well, we're going to play him more on the inside this year, that tells me you weren't happy with what you got from him on edge. And that's just the personal way that I take. Maybe it is more of a battle than what we let on, but it just feels like Austin Booker's going to be the one to get that position.
Yeah, and I've been, referencing the draft too. Y'all, I mean, they probably had their guys, and their guys probably fell off the board, but they, to me, not really pretty much doing so much. They pretty much said that they expect Austin Booker to have that leap. How many, like, I'm not going to say that Ben Johnson won't play these guys in preseason. I know this conversation is probably premature, but y'all think they going to hold Booker back in preseason? Or y'all think that they going to do that with the whole entire team? Like, because he was outstanding in preseason, then end up getting hurt. Like, I don't know.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of the starters in any of the preseason games. I'm going to be 100% honest, y'all. If Bears fans are hoping to see the full offense or defense in preseason, I think we all going to be disappointed outside a couple of drives. I wouldn't be surprised in the first game they get maybe a series in 2 out of the 4 preseason. I just don't think we're going to see a lot of the starters at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's kind of my train of thought. Honestly, I don't think we see much of anything. I think it's just going to be all backups and guys that's trying to make the team. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch, though.
I think we get a quarter. They will get a game where they'll play maybe 2 to 3 possessions, 3 series. After that, you guys are right. We won't see much of the guys, and I'm okay with that because this game is just way too dangerous, and you don't want to take the chance of losing somebody important. It's going to be exciting to watch every single battle that's going to happen and this training camp and preseason. Let the best man win, because ultimately that's what it all boils down to. The best man winning. That's it.
Yep, I agree.
That's a fact. Well, anything left, fellas, before we get up out here?
C-ball is a coming, boy.
Man.
Caleb is a coming. He coming,
dual Calebs. We gonna get Caleb basketball, Caleb football, bro. We just Calebing all over the place.
You feel me?
It was foretold, Drip.
Hey, Drip, we said, you know how many people finna start naming their kids Caleb in Chicago?
It's coming.
That's a fact.
It's coming.
It's a fact, especially once both teams winning and making the playoffs consistently, bro. Yeah, absolutely, bro.
For sure. Hey, Miss Taylor, we working on some stuff. Stay put, okay? Appreciate you for being a member, for sure.
Shout out Shay.
Shout out to Shay, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with us. Hit that subscribe button. Stop freeloading. Trying to get to 30,000 subscribers on this channel. We're about about 4.5 away, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I looked, 4,500 away. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button because some of y'all been freeloading for months. Outside, and listen, subscribing is free. I can't tell you how many people I say that they're like, "Oh, I can't afford right now." Just nigga, hit the subscribe button. What do y'all think? You think I'm trying to sell you an OnlyFans? Like, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It's free. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
It ain't 99 cents. You good?
Yeah, there you go. You guys can follow us at Chi Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out this bitch. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.